it up. The sun is up. So wet it down. Get your money up. I put money down on all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with things you ain't seen before. We're feeling the weight of our ancestors. We're healing with ways that don't last for long. Don't have but the time and it obvious. No help for the weak, but the strong. Plenty here for it for all of us. Now bring out the drums and the that my homies got rich doing that they said wouldn't work. Bring out the and the it'll load up the place with them car. I see the bums that be wishing we end in the ditch and the pain that see them ain't hurt. I see the love that we give and the love that we give. Make sure everything coming full circle. We went from nothing to something, got all of us jumping it that we made from the air. We went from running it with nothing to stop it, defeating the neighborhood blood. There ain't a person alive that be matching the vibe, and honestly ain't even fair. There ain't a do with the drive and the vision like I have unless I go look in the mirror, baby. So run it up. The sun is up. To run it down. Get your money up. I put money down on all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, we run it up. Get it the minute the sun is up. There's no rest to my sun it down. Working for real, get your money up. Believe it on God, put money down. I'm betting the odds on all of us. I do it for all of my people now. Put that on everything that I love. Church. Yeah, on everything that I love. Yeah, ain't nothing that come above. Now we go from angry and mad to happy and glad to find a solution for us. We go from sorry and sad to ready to grab a then get to the front. I want the money, the cash, the moolah, the bag, the currency, stacking it up. We want the freedom to live and the freedom to have. The things will be lacking, my bruh, so what are we lacking? I could point it out, so much that's around. Better settle down, no point doing that. Or they send the hounds, bite me in the, put me in the ground, turn me into ash, culture carried down. From those who came up before me, I'm here to change up the story. Find me at work in the morning. Find me where people are mourning, man. Cause death is around every corner. When life isn't free for a person, dog, you act like an animal cornered. Savage is speaking a language, y'all. You don't understand, you a foreigner. But nobody needs an advantage now. We needed some balance and order. But you know that's never the case. Never a chance that they're changing their ways. It's never a choice that they're giving to you. There will never be justice to face. We sing for the sorrow and dance for the pain. No one to follow, it's just you and me. I swear that it's coming, we starting today. But we wake up tomorrow and things are the same. Damn.
Fall back here, get back to the do. Fall back here, get back to the do. Fall back here, get back to the do. Fall back here, get back to the do.
Fall like yellow on leaves. Fall like an all-white shirt, no sleeves. Tell her, put it like me. Blowing a coffee, he's asleep. You weak, she the weather. She give me a headache, send me a text, I ain't reading no essay.
Fall back here, get fall back here, get back.
I only like bad, but a thick, it's a big, it's a no, as long as she get really Listen, I don't mean to call you, cause I don't know that, and if I never call you again, that mean you throw back. We only met once, but we go back, way back.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions.
Everybody rocking side to the beat. Snap a knife, bring drinks, bouncing to the groove. All by themselves, such that's the new move.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And able to get this out to the 25. Throwing right away is Williams. That's complete. Luther Burden. Down the left sideline. And down to the 16-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 59 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing is Williams. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed down. They'll get further out of the screen, and it's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gains.
Second and 6. To throw, Williams. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they'll be faced with a third and inches. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Throwing again here, Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll go. Here's Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And now they'll shift things around.
First and goal, Chicago.
Looking to throw is Williams. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Now loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. To throw, it's Williams. Running his slant, and he finds Mitchell. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
That's good for a Bears first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Smith is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Smith once more. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So here we go on a third and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Three tight ends up front here. Third and goal. Here we go now with Smith. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. So on fourth down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
On first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80, 19 Lions, Panther 11, Panther.
Throwing to start the drive. Clayton. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball through, and it's second down. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. That's complete. Leonard Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Mustang 19.
Back to throw. Clayton. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This now a 3rd and 4.
18. Let's go now. 18, run. Nice. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready?
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
That's good for the Lions. First down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Lions, first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Dragon 60. Go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have got it back to within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Williams. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Throwing to start the drive. Clayton. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, It's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
Here we go, strike.
Looking to throw. Clayton. It's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Malik Neighbors from 4 yards out. And the Lions have taken the lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Lions 14. Bears 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice than what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
To the air, Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I don't care what level of football you play. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long, and hope someone would come free.
Working out of the gun, Williams. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Operating from the gun, Williams. He sets to fire deep. And he backs it away and it falls. Down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Williams. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. Deep to return is Calvin Austin. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over.
They're on 16-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in the touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That's caught left side by Neighbors. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. But they come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do was play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
That's good.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And this one's incomplete.
I see the surprise on your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's got it to Williams. And he gets this done inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Back to throw. Clayton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Malik Neighbors with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8.
Lions 41, Bears 13.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Yeah. Really, I should probably start a head, boy, because I got other heads, boy. All that Drake, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drill. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm all in Nico.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving them a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Throwing is Williams. And that will be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. On the return, Austin. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs to the 27-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Trap 60, 19 tight, 19 tight.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
7-yard line. Let's go now. 19, shot,
and he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2nd and 2. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40-yard gain. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here we go, start. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18, Pioneer, come 19, Mustang 19.
first down. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Sullivan. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
At the 16-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Take it down on this side like we don't go. If you don't agree, ask the description.
Off the RPO, he completes it. Now for play number 9 on this drive. This is third down and 8.
Third and 8.
Operating from the gun. Clayton. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it fourth down. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
They line up and kick this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
1 yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
To throw, it's Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw is Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On fourth down, here's Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Bears, first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw again. He's got this complete to Burden. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
To throw, Williams. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good for 56 yards out. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So his 3rd field goal in the ballgame brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Panther 60, Panther 60.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Shot.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
It's now 3rd and 5.
7, Dragon 60.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands you're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this league. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He's going to go up top again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. To the air, Williams. That one complete to Trey Tucker. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. Here's Williams. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again here, Williams. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
From the gun, here's Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had unloaded that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Here we go.
Their lead back down to one score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Clayton finds Gibbs on the check down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Clayton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
They'll look to throw here on first down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 19 Lions.
Looking to throw. Clayton. Throw left side complete. That's Sullivan. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got it incomplete. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
18, 5 in. Ready, go.
They'll look to throw again. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing is Williams. Pass caught by Burden. And they'll be corralled right around the 34.
And the Bears first down. A gain of 11 on the
They'll look to throw now on first down. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Late game situation, things seem to be unraveling just a little bit, and that's when you start forcing the football, mainly out of necessity. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete, nearly picked off.
Here we go, we got Biggie Foster, Biggie Foster, Biggie Foster, touchdown, touchdown.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. To the air once more. Williams. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down. 10 yards to go. They'll go. Here's Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Lions have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. They'll go in for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
41. Bears 19.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Oh,
he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Second and 10. To throw, it's Williams. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up third and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 38-yard line.
ATL started on disrespect. I put a pop your thing like this, cause you ain't winning this VI. We'll join the East Side boys with me, and we all like to see Tigo.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. 2nd down and 6 now from the 42.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Back to throw. Clayton, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that is ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Clayton. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Through the middle of the field. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. Running money up to a whole nother level. Hustle, I don't know no better. When I got richer, these got bro, call me slow 6 racks on a sweater. My thing I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these. Spent 60 racks on a camouflage bells. Duke diamonds on me, I'm a blue gel. 2 twin on me, Hessel and Gretel. I'm nothing like them, I put paper over pleasure. I used to want to